One of the most spoken words in today's world is hacking. And how it would be if you are given a hacking device which you can carry in your pocket? Well, I am going to give you that. But before it gets shipped to you, I am pretty much sure that you will build that yourself till then. Jokes apart. However, when we talk about hacking, rather ethical hacking, the most popular ways in this regard is Kali Linux. And today I am going to build a pocket-sized hacking device by using a Raspberry Pi device and Kali Linux. First, let's talk about the hardware requirements. Number 1, a Raspberry Pi 4 Model B with optional casing. Number 2, a USB Type-C power adapter. Number 3, a 16GB microSD card with a USB card reader, and it is recommended to use class 10 microSD card. And number 4, a microHDMI to HDMI cable for display. The microHDMI end goes to the Raspberry Pi and the HDMI end goes to your monitor. Now let's talk about the software requirements. First, download the 64-bit image file of Kali Linux for Raspberry Pi 4. You can get it from their official website offensivesecurity.com. Now let's download Balena for flashing the SD card with Kali Linux image file. You can download it as per your operating system or hardware architecture. Another tool we need to have with us is called 7-zip for extracting the Kali Linux image file. Here you can download 7-zip as per your operating system and the system architecture. After completing the download of all the required tools and softwares, now I am in the download folder of Kali Linux image file. You can see the image file is downloaded here. Now I have to extract the file by using 7-zip tool. After extracting the zip file, we have got a new folder in the same location. Let's go inside this folder. And you can see this is the actual image file of Kali Linux for Raspberry Pi 4. Meanwhile, I have already inserted my USB card reader along with the 16GB microSD card in my desktop. Let's now flash it using Balena tool. You can see that the 16GB microSD card has been detected by the software. Let's now browse for the Kali Linux image file to flash into the SD card. So this is the image file. Click on open. And finally click on flash. This will take some time to be completed. I will come back after flashing the SD card with the Kali Linux image file. Once the flashing has been done, take out the SD card from the card reader and insert it into the Raspberry Pi. Then attach the micro HDMI cable, keyboard, mouse, finally the USB Type-C power adapter with your Raspberry Pi. Now let's have a look on the booting process. Finally, we are on the login window. Here the default login username and password both are Kali. Let's now click on login. So this will be the basic profile after your first login to Kali Linux on Raspberry Pi. These are some pre-installed applications with the OS which we will use later. This is the file manager or file explorer. And this is the most preferred terminal of Kali Linux. Let's now try out some basic commands like who am I? It's Kali because I have logged in here as Kali user. So what's my present working directory? It's /home/Kali. Let's list the content of this directory. Now I will switch to root user. So I'll put the command sudo su and put the present password of the Kali user. Let's put the command who am I. As you can see that I have switched to root user. But my present working directory is /home/Kali. Let's change the directory to the home directory of the root user. Now let's put pwd. So you can see that I am on /root. That is the home directory of root user of this Kali Linux. Since the Raspberry Pi 4 Model B is having a inbuilt Wi-Fi adapter, so let's connect to my available Wi-Fi network. As my Raspberry Pi device is connected to internet, so let's do a ping test. So it's working now. Let's go to the web browser and browse some websites. Okay, let's open my own YouTube channel, that is youtube.com/TechAreaNetwork. As you can see that I am successfully connected to the internet and can browse my YouTube channel. Now we will do some advanced job on this device. As internet is working properly here, first I will update the packages by putting the command apt update. So after updating the packages, now let's check the Kali Linux version by putting the command uname -a. Now let's check the RAM status of this Raspberry Pi device. If you want to work on Metasploit framework, then you can use MSF console here. So right now we are on MSF console. Let's now exit from this console and look into the network configuration of this Raspberry Pi device. Now I will put the command iwconfig. So this is the network information of this Raspberry Pi device. As I am connected to my own Wi-Fi network, so you can see the status from WLAN 0 section. Now I am going to enable network monitoring service here. But before that, let's disconnect from the Wi-Fi networks. Let's open a console here and do a ping test to the global DNS. So finally, my Raspberry Pi device is not connected to the internet. Let's check the network configuration again. As you can see that WLAN 0 is disconnected status, as I am disconnected from my Wi-Fi network. Now I will put a new command called monstart to enable the network monitoring service here. As you can see, a new monitoring interface named WLAN 0 mon is available. Let's see some more details about the network configuration. So you can see that WLAN 0 mon is available and it's in monitor mode, and WLAN 0 is in disconnected state. It means now I can monitor my neighbor's Wi-Fi network details. For doing that, I have to put the command airo dump -ng, then the interface name, my monitoring interface name, that is WLAN 0 mon. So as you can see that now I can monitor my locality's other Wi-Fi networks, their hardware information and many more. And I am doing all this without connected to the internet or my own Wi-Fi router. Now I will stop the monitoring process by using the command monstop. Let's now execute iwconfig command to check the network information or network status of this device. So you can see that WLAN 0 mon or the monitoring interface is disabled and WLAN 0 is activated. Let's now connect to my own Wi-Fi router and then execute the command iwconfig to check the present network status. You can see that my device is connected to the Wi-Fi router and I can get the ping from my global DNS. Let's browse the internet. So guys, that's all for today. Thanks for watching the video and don't forget to subscribe the channel for more exciting videos.